Hey guys, welcome back to another video yet again, and today we are going to be discussing how I invested for the month of August in the stock market. Because over here I invest every single month because I'm on my journey to retiring early. I don't want to be 65 or 70 and still be working. No, I want to retire early, but that would be probably a different topic altogether. But this particular video, I will break down how I split my money into ETFs and individual stocks, why I chose each of them, and how they've been performing so far. So if you've ever wondered how to balance diversification with conviction picks, this video is for you. First of all, let's talk about percentages. So each month when I invest, I always divide my money into percentages. Some months I can do 70% ETFs and 30% single stocks, and some months it could be 50-50 or 40-60, just depending on the research I have done for the month before investing. So out of the 1,500 euros, I put 700 euros into ETFs for August, and that is about 46% of my portfolio for the month. And then the remaining 800 went into single stocks, which is about 54%. Why the split? Because one, ETF gives me diversification and stability, while single stocks give me higher risk but also potentially higher rewards. Some ones differ where, like I mentioned, I put some in ETFs, maybe higher, and some in single stocks, depending. So this balance lets me grow steadily while still betting on companies I believe in long term. So this particular month, I focused majorly on the tech industry, just because that's what has been booming and I really want to take advantage of it. So just know that this investment was mainly for August. So I don't want to see comments like, oh, you should have put in this company, you should have put in that company. Each month I pick different companies and ETFs. I'm not sure what September will be because I haven't done research for that, but let's go ahead and break down these ETFs and single stock. So the first one, I invested in MSCI Information Technology ETF, where I put 200 euros, which is 13% for the ETF. So this ETF tracks some of the world's biggest tech companies. You can think of Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Nvidia, right? So why this particular ETF? Because tech drives everything: cloud computing, AI, devices, software. Even when tech stocks dip, this sector has consistently, rebounded over the long run. Year to date, information technology ETFs have been strong performers as AI demand pushes growth. Now, the second one is AI and big data ETF. I put 300 euros in this, taking up 20%. This is my biggest ETF allocation this month and also one of my favorite ETFs of all time. Why? Because AI and data are literally shaping the future. This fund spreads across companies building AI models, chips, and infrastructure. So it means that I don't have to guess the single winner in AI. I get exposure to all the leaders. Performance-wise, AI ETFs have been some of the best performers this year, fueled by hype and also real adoption. So I see this as a great engine for the next decade. The next one is MSCI Semiconductors ESG ETF. I put 200 euros in this one, taking up 13%. So chips are the backbone of everything: AI, smartphone, cloud computing, electric cars. Without semiconductors, none of this would happen. So this particular ETF gives me exposure to a basket of semiconductor companies, which spreads my risk beyond just Nvidia. While chips are cyclical, the long-term trend is upward because the world needs more computing power every single year. Now that we are done with ETF, we are going to go ahead and look at the single stocks, right? So for single stocks, I put 300 euros in Nvidia, taking up 20% for the single stock. So this was my largest single stock buy this month. Nvidia is the undisputed leader in AI chips so far. Their GPUs power everything from ChatGPT to self-driving cars. Stock performance is being one of the hottest stocks of 2023, 2024, even 2025, with insane growth as AI demand skyrockets, right? Yes, it is expensive because I bought it when it was a bit cheaper, but I keep topping up. But I see it as a long-term compounder. The second one is Palantir Technologies. I put 200 euros here, taking up 13%. So Palantir is all about big data analytics, right? They are known for government contracts, but they are also expanding into commercial businesses. The stock has been a bit volatile Sometimes investors don't understand the business model, but I see long-term potential because companies and governments are drowning in data and Palantir helps them make sense of it. The third one is SoFi Technologies, also one of the companies that I love so much. I put 200 euros here, taking up 13%. So SoFi is a fintech disruptor, right? They offer everything from banking, loans, investing, all in one platform. Their growth in members and products has been strong and they are on path to profitability. I think they're even in profit now, which is a huge milestone. For me, SoFi is a bet on the future of modern banking. And then the last but not the least, I put 100 euros, which is 7% for the single stocks, into Arista Networks. This is my smaller portion for this month, but I like Arista for their steady fundamentals. They build the networking gear that powers data centers. So basically the plumbing of the internet and cloud. That's what you can call them. They're not flashy, but they have a solid profitability. They're not flashy, but a solid profitable company that benefits as cloud demand keeps growing. So in total, our ETF equals 46% of my August portfolio, and it also gives me diversification, sector exposure, and long-term stability. And for single stocks, 54%. Conviction bets here, I see big growth potential. And that's how I invested 1,500 this August. And my takeaway is that you don't need to choose between ETFs and single stocks. You can do both. ETF gives you safety and broad exposure, while single stocks gives you upside. So tell me in the comments, if you were investing 1,500 this month, what would you buy? Let me know. I'll be doing this every month. I already do it on Instagram, but maybe not as detailed as this. But if you want more of this, let me know in the comments. And if you've invested for the month of August, what stocks did you buy or what ETFs? I would like to know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.